Hello. Today it's gonna be different. It's not really gonna be a vlog. It's gonna be more of like me talking about my experience and just like some tips of how to survive and to be successful as a first semester graduate student in a psyd program. Hope you guys find something helpful in this and that you can maybe laugh at some of my experiences, even though they're not that funny. They're more depressing. But anyways, so a little bit about me so that you kind of have a full idea where I'm at. So basically, I graduated undergrad when I was 21 and I graduated a semester early, so I was able to have a little bit of break because then the following fall, I went into grad school and killed myself. Just kidding. Anyways, in my cohort, we have like a very diverse group of like individuals, obviously differing in ages and race and backgrounds and all that stuff and experiences. So I think the oldest person in my cohort is in their 50s and the youngest is 21. But she recently turned 21 this like past spring. So she's like the baby of the group. So everyone else is kind of like on that spectrum of like early 20s, mid 20s. We have some 30-year-olds too, and I think some 40-year-olds, but yeah. So my cohort, there's like 25 of us. The ratio between the guys and the girls, we have 6 guys and the rest of us are girls. So if you're trying to find yourself a husband, this is not the place to go. Basically, this is where my first tip comes in, is learn how to get along with your cohort as a group, but also within your cohort, like find those people that you connect well with, that you relate best with, because they're the ones who will get you through the semester first and then like the rest of your life, basically, in this program. So personally, I was just very blessed to have like really connected well and just relate so fast with one of the girls, and we just clicked. But even outside of that, like I was able to connect with like other members of my cohort, which has been great, and like just being able to relate like your struggles. However, I did feel like I compare myself a lot to them. Like I have a tendency to compare myself to people when it comes to intelligence. And I think I'm like down here and everyone else is up here, you know? And the grades that I was getting for some of my assignments did not help with that, because everyone else would be like complaining about like,
oh my god, I got like an 89.5.
or like,
oh, I got a 93.
And I'm over here like, I got a 71. And so for me, I took it as a learning experience. I'm like, you know what? There's only one way to go from here, and it is up. And if it was down, then I'd be dropping out right now. But you'll make a lot of that jokes when you go into your program. Like, trust me, if you don't, good for you. Like, I am jealous that you don't have to make jokes like that ever. Just have healthy relationships with your cohort members, I guess is what I'm trying to say, because they will get you through. And like another example from like my personal experience was like for a final, this final, my life was on the line because of for this final. Like if I had to get 100% on this stupid final so that I wouldn't fail the class. All right, like my life was on the line. So you can only imagine the stress, because I'm like, but hey, thanks to the specific individuals that helped me study for this test, your girl got 177 out of 161. I was so happy. I was like, oh, no, I think it's a fluke still. I'm like, how? But it's not just me, it's thanks to like other people in the cohort, because we came into this room together and like they were just sharing like the different ways that they study. And because for me, I've always been like the memorization kind of person. Like I would memorize crap and then forget about everything that I memorized after I take the test. Not sustainable and not super good for long-term memory. So anyways, so that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 that I have is really have a scheduling habit. Like you need to have a good scheduling habit, girl. If you don't, I don't know how you do it. Like if you're able to go through this program, or just even the first semester of not really scheduling things out, literally good for you, but I can't. Like, I will go insane. So what I do, I have two different calendars. I have one on my phone, but that's like for like social events and like appointments and stuff like that. And then I have like an actual school planner, which is just all my assignments like listed out. So the planner that I use, I have it here. It's a monthly planner. So it's a 5-year monthly planner. It's from 2022 to 2027 because that's how long I will be in this freaking program if I don't fail a class. Anyways, how nice this planner is. This is 5 years. Look how thin that is. She's skinny. Anyways, but what I like about monthly planners is that it just gives me like a whole full overview of what I need to do, when assignments are due, what kind of preparation do I have to make that assignment happen, you know? This, if you look at it, sure, it's overwhelming, but you get to see the whole month of your life and how you get to plan things. Exciting. This is how it works for me. Like, for example, so I had a report here that was due, and I know that I suck at writing this kind of report, so I wanted to give myself some time. And with this report, I needed to find myself like a volunteer, so I had to like also give myself time to do that. So I was like, okay, I have to find a volunteer and do the test like on this day, right? So it gives me a whole week to like finish this report. It helps me stay on track and like ahead of like a lot of my assignments and all that stuff, which is just so helpful. Scheduling is gonna be your best friend, man. That's how you're gonna have an actual life outside of school, because if you don't, again, if it works for you, seriously, teach me your ways. That's my second tip for y'all. Third tip that I have for you guys is to ask for help. I know you don't like to, because I also don't like to, but you're not going to be able to do this all on your own, okay? I asked help from my friends from undergrad because like there were certain things that they could have helped me with. For example, I had to learn how to administer the waste. So what I did is like I asked like couple of my friends to see if they were available to like go on FaceTime with me and just like do some of the subtests, but that helped me so much, and I was able to literally pass my probe, which is like a skills exam that also your life kind of depends on, because if you fail those, then they're like, you failed the class. Okay. So on that day, I experienced my first chest pain ever, and I thought I was gonna die and go to heaven, and it was kind of like a happy day for me, but I didn't. So anyways, that's my third tip, to just ask for help, and also be willing to help other people when they ask you for help. Also, be honest if you don't know how to help certain people. Like, don't just be like,
Oh yeah, I can totally help you.
even though you don't even know what the hell they're talking about. Like, just say, I don't know. And then you both can go find someone else and learn that together. You know what I'm saying? Honesty, communication, and friendship is born. Boom. It's hard. I struggle with it, but hey, it's the effort that counts. Anyways, my fourth tip is to find community outside of school. So that means outside of the cohort, because if that's all the community that you have, I feel like you will go insane and that you will just lose a life. Like outside of, school. Your life will just be based around school, and I feel like that's not the healthiest way to live. For me, I personally wanted to find like a community outside of my cohort because that keeps me kind of like intact with reality outside of school. Like, it reminds me that school's not everything, that there is life outside of school, that there is a way to enjoy your life and actually have fun with your life instead of just drowning yourself in all those readings and paperwork and academic things. Like, you don't this is not what life is about, okay? Life is all about balance and actually enjoying it and living it out. I'm talking like
I believe in it.
but like, and I kind of do. I'm like everyone else. We're all on a journey to kind of like grow, So this is a growing moment, and so it's just been so nice because it's just another way for me to get out of the apartment and like live, basically. So find communities outside of the cohort. That is what will get you through the semester too. So yeah, that's my fourth. And last but not least, take breaks. I cannot stress this enough. A lot of people here say like self-care is just very important. You need to take care of yourself, blah, 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 or else you'll burn out, da, 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 da. I'm like, I know. At first, it was hard, but I knew that that's like what I really wanted to incorporate into my lifestyle as a doctorate student. girl, you need the balance. You need the break. Like, you're not a robot machine that can always just be on the go. You're a human being. You were created to take breaks, you know? God himself took a break. God took a break, bro. If he can do it, I can do it. Anyways, take breaks. Breaks are super important. I thought I wasn't gonna have any time to take breaks. Like, I thought I was just gonna always be doing schoolwork, sleeping, and eating. Like, I thought that was gonna be my life, and I was like,
I'm not gonna have a life.
but I was able to like go out, get good food, and hang out with people, have game nights with my cohort. Those things are important. Those are like my breaks from school. They're so helpful because it brings a different side of life into your already very busy and stressful way of living. And that kind of like just adds on to like self-care. So like, please remember to feed yourself. It is so important, and like, you need to fuel your brain and your body. I'm still learning how to do that personally. Also, staying active, so like walking, standing. I would sometimes do my homework on our counter because it's like tall, so it like forces me to stand, and I would just do it like that because at least I'm not sitting 24/7, you know? Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Like, just do minor little things that keep your body moving. Have a dance party for 5 minutes, because I've done that for longer than 5 minutes. So take breaks, self-care, super, super, super important. And I'm sure you're gonna hear that many, many times throughout your life in general. So, and there's a reason why. And one more thing, take things one day at a time. Focus on what you can do in the present. And I think just that presence piece is so important. Like, you really don't know if tomorrow will come, and you can't go back to the past and like change whatever you want to change. And it helps you stay present with like the people that you're with too, and like just be present with yourself and be present with God, and life will work out. Okay, so if you do feel stressed, find things that like help relieve that stress, like healthy things, you know, like going out on a walk, talking to friends, buying yourself boba, or cry. Crying is always the way to go. So yeah, those are my personal tips on how to survive your first semester of grad school. Even though I have all these tips, it's like still whatever works best for you, do those. I know it's very nerve-wracking and scary, but you can do it. You just really need like a good support system, good genuine people to help encourage you and push you forward and just support you. So find those people and believe in yourself and believe in God that like he will deliver you and he will pull you through. It's like how he did with me. He was like, you doubted me. And I did. I doubted him multiple times. I was like,
you made a mistake. I'm not supposed to be here.
All that crap. God proved me wrong, helping me pass all my probes, helping me pass all my finals with an A. An A, bruh. This will change probably next semester and I may get a B, but it's fine. Literally, if I pass, I pass. No one gives a crap about your grades except your scholarship. So there's that too. Anyways, ending on a good note. Once again, good luck to you if you're going into your first semester of psyd program. You got this. Just do your best. God will do the rest.